Good day, cruisers. If you're over 50 and graduating to the world of true ultra luxury, the kind where service is silent and the champagne is cold, you've likely narrowed your focus to Explora Journeys and Viking Ocean cruises. And why wouldn't you? This is the core of our mistake, the great illusion. Both lines focus on the same strategy. One single ship model, but only slight variations across the fleet. That means a consistent offering. The main pool structure looks the same. The number of passengers, nearly identical, just below 1,000. The price per passenger per night appears the same. It's like comparing two identical bespoke Italian suits. How do you choose? Well, the truth is, these are two entirely different worlds. Scandinavian aesthetic versus Italian sophisticated elegance. And choosing the wrong one means falling into a demographic trap that will absolutely ruin your trip. I'm going to show you which line is the millionaire's retreat and which is the millionaire's vibrant resort. Now, settle in, grab your most expensive bourbon, and let's dive deep. Let's start with the one thing you can't change once you board: space. The ships may carry the same number of passengers, but the gross tonnage is radically different. Viking sails at about 47,000 gross tons, Explora is 63,000 gross tons. That 16,000 ton difference per passenger is not a little thing. It's the difference between breathing room and politely bumping elbows. It reflects more space and amenities for every single person on board. You see it instantly when you're trying to move around. Viking is excellent, but for example, they have 6 lifts. Explora, 10 lifts. When you're cruising after 50, you appreciate not having to wait 5 minutes just to get to the main dining room. That extra gross tonnage, my friend, is hiding where you sleep. This is where the luxury lines truly shine. Both cruise lines offer all cabins with a private terrace and the heated bathroom floor. Wow, that is luxury. I really appreciate that kind of detail on both sides. But Explora cabins reflect that extra gross tonnage entirely. While Viking's veranda stateroom is beautiful, Explora's entry level is over 100 square feet larger, and they pack that space with genuine luxury features. Every single Explora cabin has a walk-in wardrobe with a vanity. No more trying to squeeze your luggage and your partner's ball gowns into a closet barely wider than a pizza box. You have room to breathe and change. Plus, Explora dedicates more space to the sofa area. Some of these sofas are even pull-out bed sofas. Viking's cabins are efficient and elegant, but Exploras are designed to be a residential experience, a true private retreat where you can host a small party or just fully stretch out. Now, let's talk about the crew. This is the service secret. Viking is fantastic, but they run at a 2-to-1 guest-to-crew ratio. Explora, the Italian elegance, delivers an industry-leading 1.4-to-1. That is the difference between being served and being felt. Known. And one final thing on logistics: itineraries. Viking currently boasts a fleet of about 14 ocean ships. Explora is currently at 2. What does this mean for you? Viking is the clear winner for a variety of itineraries. They can be everywhere, maximizing your travel options. Now, let's get into the stuff that defines your vacation. Where do you relax and where do you socialize? The bar comparison is a clear winner for Explora. Viking is fantastic, but they don't want you getting too tipsy and too sociable. They have about 3 main bars. Elegant, quiet, perfect for an intimate conversation. Explora? 6 distinct bars and lounges. You could spend a week just trying to decide where to have your nightcap. And that is my favorite little piece of drama. Viking has no outside bars. Even the pool bar is interior. On a sunny day, you have to leave the sun to grab a cocktail. Well, they'll come and serve you. Explora, reflecting its resort DNA, is difficult to match here. This brings us to pools and jacuzzis. Viking gives you a lovely main pool and the iconic aft infinity pool. 2 spectacular options. Explora, however, boasts 4 pools and then tacks an additional 5 huge jacuzzis, all with great ocean views. If the first thing you do in the morning is fight another cruiser for the best sun lounger near the single jacuzzi, you might be on the wrong ship. Explora mitigates this entirely with sheer quantity. Let's shift to health and wellness. This is one of the areas where Viking shows its serious, dedicated design philosophy. Viking has a full circle jogging path on deck 2, quiet, protected, and you don't collide with anyone while you walk or jog. Explora has a smaller jogging path on deck 11 that honestly goes right through the sun lounge deck. You're dodging sun worshippers at 6 a.m. Watch out for the man in the bathrobe trying to get to the spa, or you'll be knocked right into one of the bars. The gym on Viking is also noticeably bigger, with more equipment and better space. However, Explora caters to that younger, active crowd with a cool outdoor sun gym for those perfect sunny days and a full sports deck dedicated to basketball and pickleball. Viking is reserved for calmer pursuits. And finally, the spa. Both are included, but Explora bets on a joint thermal experience for couples, while Viking, in its traditional Scandinavian way, has some amenities separated for men and women. We are halfway through and the contrasts are becoming clear. Scandinavian quiet versus Italian vitality. Before we get into the hidden costs and the culinary deep dive, I want to thank the community. Dawn, you asked me, with so many cruises planned, does it look like Viking could be to your taste? Jack, you followed up. Do you think Viking could also be an option for New Orleans? And Kern Chang, you hit the nail on the head. You have Viking and booked Explora. Is this in line with what you expect? Thank you all. We answered these millionaire questions here. Now, a question for you watching. What is your main comparison point between cruise lines? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to know it and use it for next video. If you want these inside the secrets, you need to be subscribed. Hit that button. Now for the core secret. Which of these two lines is the millionaire's retreat? It comes down to two major concepts: all-inclusive reality and solo cruising philosophy. Let's talk food. Food is great on both. The culinary structure is a massive differentiator. Viking is all about quality and consistency. You get 3 included restaurants plus the buffet, with 2 reservation required included spots: Manfredi's and Chef's Table. Explora says, forget the main dining room. They offer vast variety with 5 included restaurants besides the buffet. 2 are reservation required included venues, Marble & Co. and Sakura, and 1 single, highly exclusive gourmet restaurant called Anthology that has an additional cost. If you value the tradition of a single main dining room for consistency, Viking is your friend. If you want variety and a true luxury culinary journey every single night, Explora is the clear winner. And yes, your mid-afternoon sugar fix is safe. Both offer afternoon tea daily. Viking gives you the traditional 3-plate tier experience. Explora uses a cart for selection, lending a bit more bespoke elegance. Curiously, both have an Explorer's Lounge right in front of the ship with a fantastic observation point. And snacks! Viking gives you amazing waffles, and Explora delivers a club sandwich and meze platter to cry for. Now, put on your dancing shoes or grab your reading glasses, because entertainment is a war zone. Let's be honest, Explora has way more shows, repeats the shows frequently, has multiple quiz sessions, and the entertainment is happening all the time across the multiple bars. It's a sophisticated, vibrant program. Viking is calmer, more intellectual. You get destination lectures and classical music. The difference is massive. If you want to be entertained actively after 10 p.m., Explora is the ticket. If you want a quiet, beautiful lounge for conversation, Viking wins. And while you're being entertained, let's talk about shopping. Explora wants you to shop, offering 4 third-party brand shops and 1 large brand shop. Viking wants you to read and relax, offering just 1 brand shop and 1 jewelry shop. A small detail, but it reflects the different consumption psychologies of the 2 lines. Let's dive into the all-inclusive scorecards, because this is where the costly mistake lies. Explora is the winner for your wallet's final bill. They include all drinks and all gratuities. You pay your fare and you're done. Well, you pay for the premium drinks only. Viking is renowned for its all-inclusive nature, but it does not include gratuities, and neither does it include drinks outside the meals. The Viking counterpunch, they include at least one excursion per port, and their excursions are incredibly well developed, with their own communication systems and trusted local providers. Explora is still on baby steps here, offering excursions that, frankly, feel very similar to their parent company, MSC. You're paying Explora's premium price, but getting a less developed excursion system. This leads us to the demographic outcome. The majority of cruisers on Viking are 65 and up, so a fairly balanced group of people doing very similar things at the same time. The cruisers on Explora are more varied and includes families, so they tend to be more heterogeneous and spread all over, doing different things in different places. The solo cruise test. Viking has no offer for this segment. If you sail alone, you simply pay for 2 people. You get an extra ghost in the cabin with you. Explora does a 25% supplement, and on selected sailing, that goes to 0. Plus, Explora offers a dedicated solo gathering program on board. Finally, the Smoker's Lounge test. For those who enjoy a fine cigar, this is a critical. Viking offers only one single area for both cigar and cigarette smokers. A bit of a compromise. Explora offers 4 distinct areas for smokers and an additional dedicated lounge just for cigar smokers. Italian elegance, indeed. So there you have it. The choice is no longer about identical luxury. It is about choosing a vacation that matches your life, that matches your lifestyle. If you prioritize the adults-only serenity, the quiet atmosphere, the vast itinerary variety, the large dedicated gym, and the fantastic included excursion program, Viking is your millionaire's retreat. If you prioritize the 1.4 to 1 service ratio, the sprawling 4-pool, 5-jacuzzi complex, the massive bar variety, the zero-worry, all-inclusive fare, and a vibrant, active, resort-chic atmosphere, where your suite has a walk-in closet, Explora is your sophisticated resort at sea. And kids. If you have kids, Explora is the only option. And if you don't like other people's kids, go on Viking, or don't worry, Explora has an adult-only space, the Helios Pool and Bar, and a kids program and dedicated spaces, and a jacuzzi pool just for the kids to keep them busy and distracted away from the adults. Both are magnificent, but only one is right for you. Did this comparison surprise you? Let me know which demographic you fall into in the comments below. If you want more secrets to cruising in these 2 cruise lines like a millionaire without being one, check out these other videos, and until next time, travel well and avoid those costly cruise mistakes.